Hello everyone, welcome back to Greyhammer, and today we're going to be expanding our 1000k list, or 1k Aggradon Rush list, into a 2000 points Aggradon Rush list. For those who are not aware, my 1000 points Aggradon list was my most popular content on the channel. Hoping this will do just as well or better. Just a few things, if you would please like and comment and subscribe on this video. Tell me what you think. Especially subscribe. I'm trying to get to 150 by January, so the start of the new year. And I'd really appreciate your help in getting me there. So let's get into it. This, again, we've already talked about kind of the 1000 Aggradon list, and one of the big questions people were asking me was, how would you expand this to 2000 points? And so magical support was one of the things that was suggested, and so this is one way of kind of doing that. It actually goes a little bit lower on the Aggradon heavy parts, but I think it still has enough Aggradons to make it count. So let's get into the list. It's 2 detachment. One is a Source Scar Veteran on Aggradon at 190 points, and then a unit of 6 Aggradon Lancers and a unit of 3 Aggradon Lancers. Then for magical support, you've got the Slan Star Master at 280 points, and I'm realizing that you're going to need to shift one of these Source Warriors to under the Aggradons, because the Aggradon is the general, the Scar Veteran on Aggradon. So just move one of these Source Warriors into the detachment with the Aggradon. But you also have a Skink Star Priest, then 2 units of 20 Source Warriors, so big blocks of 20, and then the hundreds of Huanchi with dart pipes, kind of rounding it out to exactly 2,000 points. It's probably the cheapest thing you can get, and they can be somewhat useful. So let's get into some of the rules. For asterisms, Itzel the Tamer is a good pick with the buffing up the Aggradon's attacks, or you can go Sotek the Deliverer for a little bit more aggression and movement, can buff up your other characters as well. So that's kind of up to you. I would probably go Itzel the Tamer, because getting those companion hits to hit harder is really good. For Vengeance of Azir, we're picking the Sunclaw Star Host to get Vengeance of Azir, to give you that pile-in move and do some mortal damage. From my experience, it doesn't do that much, but maybe with 2,000 points, you'll be able to do it more often, and so could be useful. We'll see. And Reptilian Cunning, if this unit charged this turn, a friendly unit wholly within 12 uses the all-out attack in the combat phase. No command points are spent. Can kind of save on your command points, which at 2,000 points you really need to do. And then the Blood Rage Pendant to give him an extra attack and an extra 2 if he's below half. So, pretty decent there. For spells, we took Light of Chotek, Empowered Celestite, and the Earth Trembles. Light of Chotek allowing you to heal some characters. We've talked about this spell before, but basically, it will be really useful in this Aggradon list because you roll a number of dice equal to the number of damage points the target has. For each 4-up, heal one to the target. And then Empowered Celestite allows you to, basically will let you, I don't know why I can't say it, pick a friendly Seraphim Wizard, cast a spell, and then you can improve the rend on the character. And then the Earth Trembles for just in case you want to do that. With this list, you'll be able to do that a little bit easier because you can do the spell from your Skink Star Priest. Source Scar Veteran has a 8 health, 10-inch move, 4-up save, control 2. We've already gone over his rules in the previous one, but I want to give you all a refresher because some of you may not have seen that one. 4 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound, rend 2 damage, and an extra damage on the charge. And then 3 attacks with his Aggradon, 4s to hit, 3s to wound, rend 2 damage. These Aggradons do a lot of damage. I have not played with them yet, and I really regret that because I think they're really good. Primal Rage, he basically gains stacks the longer he's in combat. So if it used any fight abilities, you get to place a rage token to a max of 3, and you add 1 to his Aggradon attacks for each rage token. And once per battle, he can improve. Um, and it also adds 1 to the attacks of his companion weapons. So you get actually +2 attacks on his companion if you do the once per battle. That can be pretty strong, especially if you're at like 2 rage tokens. You want to get to 3 to give this guy a whole. It would give him a whole 7 attacks with his Aggradon's Rending Bites and Striking Talon. That's pretty strong. Or you could just give your guys some rage at the beginning of the game, because they're not the most survivable thing in the world. Aggradon Lancers have much the same stat line, just do a little less damage on their weapons, but get anti-monster as well. They get the rage abilities as well, so same thing going on there with 5 health apiece, 10-inch move, 4-up save, and control 2. That healing is going to be really useful for these guys because they have 5 wounds, so if they don't get completely wiped out, then you can heal them back up. Slan Starmaster, a lot of stuff going on here. He's your really strong wizard. I don't know why I didn't note how many spells he can cast, but it should be 2 or 3. Well, let's just see real quick, because... Oh, that's right. I'm going to go to here. This is very unprofessional, but... And my dog just wiped his butt across the keyboard. That was really fun. Where is the Slan? Surely he's not all the way down here. Oh, he's probably... Yeah, he doesn't get a picture. He can cast 3, so... he's a very good caster. Apologies for that. You add 1 to the casting rolls for him. He can unbind anywhere. He's got a spell that will add you +1 to casting for your Star Priest. So that's pretty good. And then an Arcane Vassal. You can pick a friendly skink wizard wholly within 18 and measure the range and visibility of the next spell ability. Unfortunately, you can only do this once now. So makes him a little less useful, but can still bring that healing out closer to the field without risking himself. And then he can also summon a unit. He could bring back that unit of 6 Aggradons, or he can bring back those Saurus Warriors units with 4-up rolls. So not that bad. Skink Star Priest, mainly bringing him for the Arcane Vassal ability, but also you can put this on your Aggradons to give them crit auto wounds. I'm not sure if you can get double crit abilities, so let me know. It would be an interesting type case to see if you can do crit auto wounds and crit 2 hits. So I'm not aware of a rule going either which way, so let me know. Saurus Warriors, we've done a lot of them in the past few episodes, but pretty resilient. We'll talk in the tactics session or section about kind of how to use them, because I think they are really good, but the battle report I did recently, they did not perform superbly well. And then the Hunters of Huanchi, just kind of to round it out, but you can deploy them in reserve, and also you can take them out of reserve, and if you did any damage with his dart pipes, on a 2-up subtract 1 from wound. So they can kind of debuff. They have 2 attacks apiece, so that's 10 attacks total. 3s to hit, 3s to wound, and no rend, 1 damage, but crits auto wound. So not the worst stat line in the world. They're good against unarmored targets for sure, not against kind of heavy hitters or heavily armored targets. But if you can get a damage point in and then subtract 1 from wound rolls, it makes your Aggradons a little bit more resilient. So could be useful, and it's only 80 points. So let's talk about kind of tactics. So you're going to use your Aggradons to engage and take out important targets. Your heavy-hitting infantry, just whatever you can. You can tag team them with the Scar Veteran, or he can take out enemy heroes. Just use that to your discretion. He's going to get obliterated by some anti-hero characters. So you kind of just want to use the Scar Veteran smartly, but And same with the Aggradons. They're cavalry, so you gotta position them correctly. Your Slain and Star Priest can give magical support and buffs or debuffs. So things like, um, well, just kind of improving your character's rend, giving your guys crit auto hits, and then healing up your characters because that is an unlimited spell, so you could do it twice. So that's good. Your source warriors can hold objectives and can push forward. This is where we're going to talk a little bit about them. For one, your terrain feature can be really useful for tagging enemies within 9 inches and giving your Saurus and Kroxgor +1 to hit the targets that are within 9 inches of the terrain piece. So that's a good way to make your Source Warriors hit on 2s instead of 3s without having to use the all-out attack command. Source Warriors really need to be kept in your deployment zone. It just makes, or at least holding an objective. If you're going Quetzal the Preserver, they need to stay in your deployment zone because it really benefits them. But if they're on an objective, they do become super tanky. But you don't really want them to have to push forward. That's why I think this list is going to work better than the list that I used on my recent battle report, which you should definitely go check out. But I think something mobile like Aggradons is necessary to make Saurus Warriors the most effective that they can be, because with Saurus Warriors, you really, really need them just to be able to be parked on an objective. And then your Hunters of Huanchi are going to take on easy objectives with their kind of deep strike. So if your opponent has left an objective, you can just bring them onto it. And they also provide that skirmish power. It's not super strong, but it can be pretty useful. I believe they also have a 6-up ward, so have a little bit of survivability. It does not show it there. But that's it for this list. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to see this expanded in a different way, let me know. If you want it to have just more Aggradons and just focus on those more, or if you want to see a more balanced list, or maybe you don't want me to sink so many points into a slan, so some different magical support, let me know. I think slan just made the most sense with the battalions because you can bring anything with the slan. But yeah, just let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe because we're trying to hit that 150 subscribers. Would be really nice to see. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.